to you next year. Joe in Sugarland.
Yes, sir. I was calling to tell you or to ask you, Texas has been known for having backwards laws and backwards ideas and doing all
Hey,
this.
Joe, do me a
I'm
favor.
not going to argue with you, sir. If you allow me to finish,
I know.
just say it and I'll be through.
Does anybody white support this president? I don't think I've had a single white person call up and say, every time I ask for...
I'm pretty sure it's a few. I'm pretty sure it's a few. It's people who have to break away and use their minds. But one thing for sure is, Texas used to be a Democratic state until George Bush decided he wanted to plant in Houston. Then we decided that this is a Republican state. But, for the most part, don't you think that the way that y'all behave deserves some type of retaliation or not retaliation, but what it is retaliation. I understand the fact that he's not going to do anything for... And I'm a Democrat. I understand that
I know you're a Democrat. You're black. You have to be a Democrat.
And what do you say about the black Republicans?
Well, they're only about 1 or 2% of them. I say, bully for you. At least you think for yourself.
Well, I think for myself, believe it or not, you can categorize and do it, but behavior like that categorizes. You can do it. It's the behavior like that puts y'all in the back seat when you don't have the person you want in. You understand? Because you have the bully mentality, so you want to try to bully somebody into believing and going into your train of thought, because the majority of the true Republicans don't think for themselves. They let people like you, because if the oil companies have to pay their taxes, maybe your welfare as far as advertising dollars ends up getting cut short. Because the rhetoric that you put out is more hated than or more hateful than skinhead rhetoric. But it's on a lighter level, so it's on the surface, so people can, you don't talk derogatory straight, just like you said, oh, yes, you're black, so you have to be Republican. But I stay in Sugarland, though, okay? I still pay my taxes, and I know Fort Bend is one of the highest tax places in the state of Texas. So I do pay my taxes, okay? But I have the ability to not have to let you dictate the way I'm supposed to think. I think for myself, and because of you talk about the people who are in Texas with the legislature, how, Tom DeLay did that. Now, Tom DeLay was a criminal. Should Tom DeLay be at the White House? Abramoff, they had backdoor straight to the president, but no one says anything. You know what I mean? Y'all allowed him to separate himself from that activity. But, who is common? Ask a black Democrat who is common. I believe common is more Republican or Republican trained mind than a lot of y'all. It's a lot of people who on surface say and do things, but their actions, speak louder than words.
Hey, Joe.
Common would be one of those type of in the real rap world, like you say, Snoop Doggy Dogg and Common. Two different people and two different ideologies.
Please do not bring Snoop into this.
Well, I'm not, y'all bring it into, I'm just trying to allow you, because a lot of, your listeners, go by the picture of what you say. And if they took a moment to even listen to Common is like the Lawrence Welcome rap, okay? Honestly. He would be he's appreciated way more over the spectrum than Snoop Doggy Dogg. All right, and pretty much that's all I called to tell y'all. If y'all could just open your eyes. I know it's a black president. We done had to deal with all of them being white up to now.
Right.
I understand y'all.
Was that hard to deal with, Joe?
But check this out.
Hey, Joe.
We had presidents that used to lynch and hang up. Not presidents, but people in society that would lynch and hang our people, and presidents wouldn't do nothing about it.
No, they was encouraging it, gathering together on the White House.
Okay.
With popcorn.
So what do you
cheering
think?
It on.
How should, my question to you is, how should we feel?
Who is
How
we?
should we feel? Because I tell you slapped you outside of your studio, you would be ready to prosecute me to the fullest. But you talk so much hate rhetoric that somebody does need to slap you. You know, slap you into reality. Because you sit in a booth all day and do this, like you say, you go from one radio station to the other one and spew this stuff for 8 to 10 hours a day, and then go home and eat your, whatever it is your wife is cooking. Your wife might be sitting at home with a black man right now listening to your show.
Maybe so. Maybe so, Joe. Would that make you happy? We found rhet-ric. He's in Sugar Land. He calls in as Joe. I believe we found rhet-ric. You know, it's very interesting. When you get right down to it, some percentage of blacks in America, I don't know what it is. It's not 1%. It's a whole heck of a lot more than that. They are walking around mad as hell all the time. And if you push the right button, you will find out they hate your white ass. Hate you. You hear me? I don't care what you do. They hate you. And they will justify their hatred of you, even though they don't know you, because apparently you used to lynch them. You hear me? They hate you. You cannot reason with them. They will call you a racist without knowing who you are. They do not care. They are walking around mad. You heard rhet-ric? He is mad all the time. He the only one in reality. You ain't into reality because you don't know about the hangings and the slavery. And y'all ain't doing up there. Y'all ain't appreciating Common. He doing some good things, too. Yeah, sometimes he got to talk about busting the cap in a cop because sometimes you got to do that because they used to have slavery. But you can't understand that because you're over there trying to be talking all big and fancy and things. I'm trying to think for myself and vote for Democrats like every other black person does. That's how I show I'm thinking for myself by doing what everybody else that looks like me do.
If you shoot one more black man, New York City will go up in flames.
We prefer to keep our flames controlled. Grilling a nice steak.